He's good. I'm good. So when you talk about it, just tip it up toward the camera. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Okay. As comfortable as you are tipping it and kind of bring it and like that, you have to tip it. All I see is like plates with like a little bit on top.
So we're live.
Okay, is this okay?
We're live on YouTube.
Is this okay? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Chef Cheryl Tate, and this is the Chefing with Cheryl show. We are so pleased that you're here. Come on in. Please hit that like button and share this broadcast. A lot of things to talk about. Now, I am here representing the Hope Foundation of the LA South Chamber of Commerce, helping other people every day. That is our motto, and that is what we live by. And isn't that a good thing to live by, helping other people every day? Because we understand that when you give, there's always a reciprocity. You always get something in the process. You always get something in return in the process. So today's focus is healthy snacks for kids and adults. We have our illustrious guest here, Kevin Wilkes, that is going to talk about his business and his books that he's created. And we're really excited about that because children are our future. And we are in the wonderful city of Willowbrook, the wonderful county area of Willowbrook in South LA at Willowbrook Senior Center. We are just so pleased to be here. This is a senior center, okay? So we understand that we grow up and we come together and then we are seniors, okay? So this is a wonderful place where we gather. Interesting, right next door is a child care center, okay? So I say all this to say, because I'm a chef and we talk about food, that we need to eat right at every stage in life. It is important. I cannot stress enough how important it is for us to eat good every single day. Because if we don't, we do have issues later on in life. And if we don't take care of our immune system, which is something that I stress important today, I stress all the time, that we'll have poor health our whole life. So we really need to stress healthy eating, maintaining your immune system, and lowering the stress level. And how can you do that? You can do that through cooking. Because guess what? We have to eat every single day. We eat 2 to 3 times a day. So let's make it good. Let's make it healthy. So I have to say this, I'm an OG. I come back to the old stuff, okay? Because if we kind of look around, the new stuff isn't doing us too well. So we're going to get back to the basics, okay? So some of these things that I may be demonstrating today may sound simple, but simple is good. Okay, simple never bothered anybody, and if you looked up, simple is still around, okay? So I'm going to start out by talking about just some really simple things that you can incorporate and have ready for the kids when they come home, or you yourself can eat, because they're all healthy, and this is healthy snacks for any age. Children, us people, seniors, it's all good. Okay, so we do understand that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And this is proven fact. It may have been something that, something that we say, but it is correct because apples have nutrients in it that clean our system. They keep our digestive system together. So really, if you did eat an apple a day, you would live a little longer. Okay, if you're starting out with this, you're starting out with breakfast, okay? So we're going to do something that is called just a cinnamon apple snack. Now, I'm incorporating very simple ingredients, okay? We have an apple. Well, I've cut up this apple right here. And we have cinnamon sugar, okay? This is coconut sugar, and I've added some cinnamon sugar in it, okay? And that's for seasoning. Now, coconut sugar, interesting enough, is a very good sugar. It's not like cane sugar. It's healthier. A lot of vegans use it. It's a good sugar. It's an acquired taste. But for this recipe, I coated the apples in and cinnamon. Cinnamon is an excellent herb, okay? You have some cinnamon, you have some apples every day, ingredients in those foods are life-giving. They're life-sustaining. Don't ask me, Google it. But I can tell you that those basic things are really good for you. So what we did, we cut up this apple, we put in some coconut sugar, and we just put it in a Ziploc bag, and we just shook it up and put it in the refrigerator for an hour and just let it chill. So this is cinnamon apple snacks. This is something real easy that the kids can come home from school and eat. This is something that the kids can come home from school and eat. And it's definitely something when you get home from work, you can just pick it up and eat. It's just real quick, real simple. And again, let's go back to basics. The apple a day will keep the doctor away. Cinnamon is a very important herb. That's why it's always used when we're baking. Yes, it's tasty, but most things that come from the ground have a purpose, and those purposes are to heal us. Apple came out of the ground, coconut, apple, cinnamon. So these natural ingredients all play a part in our wellness. So again, when I'm talking about these ingredients, I'm talking about them from a basic standpoint. So, and I hope you will try this because it's very simple. Again, this is a Fuji apple, but any apple that you like to try is just as good. So you just take your Fuji apple. I like Gala apples. And again, I have to say this. We live in Southern California. We are so fortunate that we have produce. We have fresh produce. We can grow our own produce. We are fortunate to have fruit vendors throughout the city. So we don't have an excuse not to eat healthy. It's all around us. So it would be a choice for us to eat something otherwise. Okay? But we do have lots of opportunities and lots of choices to eat them. Okay? Cinnamon apple snacks. Very good. Very appetizing. So that's one. This is something else that I came up with last night. I didn't have all the ingredients for it, but this is yogurt bar. This is Greek yogurt with some honey and some cinnamon and vanilla. And it's just spread over a pan. I use some parchment paper here so it can stick. Spread over a pan, and I put blueberries, strawberries, pistachios, and I sprinkled it with coconut sugar. Okay, and we froze it. Now it's a little hot. It's August. Okay, so this is melting, but in its wonderful state, you can pick it up and eat it like a bar. Okay, but this is melting a little bit, so you can still pick it up and eat it with a spoon. But Greek yogurt is a very good food because it helps us in processing our indigestion, and it's also good for your sleep. I was just reading this the other day that Greek yogurt is there's the probiotics in it, help settle our stomach, which helps settle our bodies. So when we're going to sleep at night, our body doesn't have to work so hard to go to sleep. It's an interesting thing. We just fall asleep anymore. Sometimes we're just so exhausted, we just go to sleep. But eating the right foods will help you with every part of your life. Waking, sleeping, all of that. So, yogurt bar. Really good. Really nutritious. So, some of these things here that I just want to talk about, again, we're going to be real simple. Berries are very good antioxidants. Okay? So, what did I say? We're privileged to live in Southern California. So we have the beauty of having fresh food. Okay? So last time we were here, we had collard greens, and they came out of my garden. I was just so happy to go outside and pick them and cook them. Okay? So one of the things that I always stress is color is important. Okay? So your plate should be colorful. Look at the colors in this bar, okay? Look at the colors in this bar. We have red, we have blue, we have green, we have the cinnamon sugar that is sprinkled on here. So all these are natural ingredients. These are natural colors that come from the earth. Okay? So the red, anytime you're eating something red, a tomato, watermelon, strawberry, there's something in that red nutrient is called lycopene. Now lycopene is an antioxidant. An antioxidant, it fights the oxidation in our body. And oxidation in our body leads to cancer. I'm not saying what it does, but what it leads to when you don't treat your body right. Okay, so the red in, again, tomatoes, watermelon, strawberries. Pick another red fruit. Okay, it's the lycopene that's in those vegetables and fruits that are antioxidant. Okay, so, and berries, I have to say this again, are very antioxidant. Let's look at blueberries. Blueberries and blackberries. Okay, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. The darker the berry, the more healthy it is. Okay? So we should be eating dark foods. We should be eating the blueberries and the blackberries and the purple potatoes and consuming the black rice. These are all things in nature. All things in nature that we have harvested, we have found, we have pulled out the ground, we see in the stores. These are the things we should be gravitating to. The color. When you get a plate of food, the first thing you see is, oh, how colorful it is. Look at the orange, look at the red, look at the blue. These are the things we need to be paying attention to when we're cooking and also when we're eating. Okay? I'm just gonna throw this out there. How does a cheeseburger look? How colorful is a cheeseburger? I'm really. I just need us to think about these things because, again, we eat every single day, 2 to 3 times a day. If we consciously think about what's on our plate and the color in it and what's in it, then we will be a little bit more conscious. We'll be more mindful of what it is that we are eating. Okay? Because we need to be mindful. We need to be mindful. So when I speak of cooking and chefing with Cheryl, it's more than lifestyle. It's about how we can improve. It's about other people every day. So I may come here and I may demonstrate food, but I'm really trying to demonstrate living better. Food is just a vehicle, okay? But if I can encourage you to eat better, to think better about what it is that you're eating, and share a recipe, share something very simple. I try to be simple in this. I mean, we can get complicated all day long, but we need to get back to basics. We have to get back to basics, okay? And in those basics is where wellness is. We live in a very, very complicated world. There's so much stuff going on right now. As I'm looking at my audience, they can say yes. They're raising their hands. Everyone said yes. Everything is kind of difficult now. So eating shouldn't have to be. That should be something that you want to wind down and, we can't go in restaurants anymore. We don't want to go in restaurants anymore because we're a little leery of our surroundings. We're a little leery of the people around us. We're leery about the world right now with what's going on. Okay? So, thank you very much. Okay? So, another thing that I wanted to talk about was, again, healthy snacks for kids and adults. One of the things that I have also demonstrated is lettuce wraps. Okay, so lettuce wraps again is really simple. Okay, this is romaine lettuce with ground turkey, carrots, onions, and green onions with a little bit of cucumber. Okay, so what we've done here is we've taken some ground turkey and we cooked it up with mushrooms and carrots. And what we do here is, again, when I talk about food, I talk about the different the different oils and everything, because we should have a stock pantry. Okay. So we cooked this ground turkey, and this is what we started out with. We started with ground turkey, green onions, carrots, and mushrooms. And we put this down, and we put it on romaine lettuce. Now, beautiful thing about greens, romaine lettuce, spinach, kale, collards. Again, let's get back to food. Let's get back to basics, okay? Eating leafy greens every day is oxygenating to our bodies. It's very good for our mental health. Eating leafy green foods every day is good for our cognitive function. It will take 11 years off of your cognitive function if you were to eat leafy green foods every day. So when they say, oh, I need to eat a salad every day, yes, do that. Let's go eat your salad every day. Let's go get your greens every day, preferably without the ham hock. But just as long as we can eat some greens, a spinach salad, a kale salad, romaine leaves. We're about to enjoy some romaine and some green onions and some cucumbers. These things here are definitely life-giving and they're definitely life-sustaining. So I just, again, want to impress on you the importance of eating healthy. So at this time, I want to bring up our guest, who is Kevin Wilkes. And Kevin is going to talk to us a little bit about his books. And we're just so happy Kevin is here. Kevin is a homie, okay? We're straight out of Compton. We're in Wilkes, California, and Compton is right next door. So I consider him a homie, okay? But Kevin is here to talk about his business, and he is from WLL Enterprises. And I'm just going to give you the floor, sir.
Thank you so very much. And I want to thank you for all the good information you gave on the difference between colored vegetables and so forth. Once again, my name is Kevin Wilkes. I'm the CEO and author at WLL Enterprises, Inc. We're a nonprofit organization that was started, we're celebrating our 10th year in business. We started with a need for our communities, knowing that most of our communities, low-income communities like Compton and surrounding communities, were passed over for certain programs. We looked next door, there were programs that we didn't even see, we didn't know anything about. But we are striving to help our youth live a safe and healthy lifestyle. How do we do this? We do this through our programs and our children's books. We have 9 published children's books, 7 on healthy eating. And the majority of the information that was covered by Chef Cheryl are covered in these books. Most of our youth, they're facing a lot of situations now. You know, not only are they eating unhealthy foods, but then they're stressed from COVID. Because COVID is playing a big part on our youth. And we don't know what's going on with them because a lot of times our youth at certain ages, they don't know how to express themselves. So they keep it in. Suicide rate has almost doubled during COVID in our youth. Our youth are getting unhealthy because what are they doing? They're sitting at home. They're homeschooled. So they sit there and eat all day. Are they eating healthy foods like Chef Cheryl showed? Healthy things? No. Potato chips, candy, cookies, and things like that. They don't know or realize how bad that is in their bodies. A lot of you, you know, that childhood obesity, you know, something back. Let me back up. Obesity was not recognized as a disease until 1998. And it took 10 years. 10 years for the Obesity Society to recognize it as a disease. So I would say that's 20 years late. Because when things are recognized, usually they try to find a cure, try to find a fix, try to find a solution. But if you're that far behind, look at all the young ones that fell through the cracks. Now it's up to us to educate our youth and educate their families to help them live a safe and healthy lifestyle. A lot of our, unfortunately, a lot of our kids live in single family houses. So, their mom or their dad, when they're on their way home, they're too tired to cook. So what do? They stop and pick up fast food. Are they picking up salads? No, they're getting what the kids, they cater to our kids. And another thing, I'm telling you, my dad's doctor told him. They told him, he said, if it tastes good, spit it out. Because usually if it tastes good, it's not good for you. So we should have the same rule with our kids. But what's the best way to teach our kids? Is to educate them. This is the reason for our children's books. Because when children read something, it touches their heart. They're able to absorb it. But if you tell them, don't eat that, why? That's not good for you. Why? But if they read and see the effects that they'll have on you, they will appreciate it more. So that's our goal, is to educate our youth. Look at our youth today. Are they active? When I was growing up, we played in the street. We rode bicycles. We did things like that. What are you doing now? On their phone, playing video games, things like that. And I could probably imagine that half our youth don't know how to ride a bicycle. So how are you helping? And a lot of our schools, they're taking out certain programs as PE. They're taking health classes. When I was growing up, they even had cooking classes in school. All that's gone now. What do they have? At recess, what do? They don't go out and play. Everybody has a phone. They're texting each other, playing games on their phones and things like that. So how is it that the schools are helping our youth? They're not. Look at their menus. A lot of their menus, the food is unhealthy on their menus. You have chocolate milk and things like that, something that's high in sugar. Do they know what the effect that sugar does on a child's body? And that's something that, if it's not called in time, cannot be reversed. And most of the kids, I know when I was growing up, you just look at your plate, you pick out the good stuff and throw the rest of it away. And that's why they need to appease to our children's appetites. Because our first book, this is the book that started all off. Eating bad for good health. Do you think that's possible? You have to read the book. But this book shows, it's about 3 kids, 3 sets of brothers and sisters who were not eating healthy. One got sick, went to the hospital, and had to pay a price for that. Is that what you want for your kids? The second book in the series, Eating Backwards to Move Forward. That book right there is after they came back from spring break. Now, one set of kids got sick. He came back, he was healthy. But then after spring break, the others got sick. So these 2 books are life stories of something kids can relate to. Your mom packs you a lunch. You're embarrassed about your lunch. You see what everybody else is doing. You throw yours in the trash. You start feeling sluggish. Why? Because you're lacking something in your diet. These books bring that out. And one of the other ones that I really like is this one right here. Why is my sugar so sweet? Why is your sugar so sweet? This book talks about how much sugar the body needs, the effects sugar has on the body, and what the results are, and how you can reverse those effects. But you don't think the kids need that, do you? Okay. Something that Chef Cheryl talked about. My other book, Let's See What's Inside of Me. This book is designed that talks about specific fruits and vegetables. Some things you might think is a vegetable, but it's not, it's a fruit. And if your doctor says, I'm lacking in vitamins, it will tell you what fruits and vegetables have which vitamins. It might not be something you like, but if it's beneficial for you, try it. The next book, Now this one is kind of, I won't say it's kind of gross, but my next book, You Can't See How It's Hurting Me. Now you see the picture there. This book talks about the effects of unhealthy eating, diabetes, and so forth. It shows how it affects the body. And it might not affect you now, but when you get my age or older, that's how your body starts deteriorating because of the effects from that. Kids, take a look at that. You need to figure out why at 15 years old, I'm having these certain aches and pains, or I'm tired. This book will explain that to you. And this book right here pretty much explains how to explain it. Me and my diabetes. This discusses how a child, the effects diabetes has on the child, how they're feeling, how they're reacting. Every child should read this book because if they can't explain it to you, if they can read about it, it will help them understand what's going on with their bodies. And as we spoke earlier about the effects of being locked down in COVID, Cell Block 19. This is a book that shows the contrast between before COVID, pre-COVID, during COVID, and how things are going to look up once everything is back to normal. This is also a coloring book to keep our kids' attention as they read the book. Because our kids are stressed. We as an adults, sometimes we cannot handle stress. It's hard for us, but we have more of an outlet. A child does not have an outlet. All they feel is pain. They keep it in. Either they're going to start eating, they're going to do certain things that's unhealthy for them. So let us help our kids. And another thing, there's so much, as we look around, often there's shootings all over. There's earthquakes all over. Another thing, if it happened to you, what would you do? In 2018, WLL Enterprises Inc. partnered with FEMA to do disaster preparedness training for our youth in low-income communities. Because of COVID, we were not able to do that, so I wrote the book. And it covers the basic trainings for if they're caught in an active shooting at school, or if they're caught in an earthquake. What are the signs? What should you do? How do you keep yourself safe and your family safe? And it's also a coloring book. So these are how we keep our community safe. Because you have to remember one thing. Without safe and healthy youth, there is no tomorrow. So let us all help our youth and help them remain safe. All this information can be found on my website, www.wllenterprisesinc.org. Once again, that's www.wllenterprisesinc.org. Let's help our youth remain safe. And I want to thank you, and I want to thank the Chamber. I'm a proud member of the Chamber, and also a proud member of the Hope Foundation, because we're doing things in the community to keep our community safe, keep our community strong. So join. As a matter of fact, why don't you join the Chamber and see what work we can do, because we can all use your help. Thanks again, and I want to thank the Chamber for having me, and I want to thank Chef Cheryl.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kevin. Awesome. That's a lot of information there. And I'm a parent. I take my children seriously. I really do. There's different proverbs and different cultures that say, of course, the children are the future, but those are your investments. These are your investments into the future. Because at one time we were all young, but guess what? We aged, and we're going to get to a point where we're going to need somebody to take care of us. We're going to need somebody to come check in on us. So if we have cultivated our children, and we've nurtured our children, we've given them everything they need, and they grow up to be healthy, strong, responsible people that have eaten well, guess what? When they get older, they're going to say, well, gosh, Mom took care of me. My parents took care of me. They thought about that. That's what they are going to emulate in their family. And so when we get older in life, they're going to come to us and say, "Oh gosh, Mom, you took care of me. How can I take care of you?" But if we look at the opposite side of that, if we are not well and the children are not well, who's going to take care of who? Okay, if I'm sick with diabetes and I'm feeding the kids something that's not healthy, and they come up sick, who's going to take care of who? Okay, so this is a mindset. I always like to come back to health is a mindset. So we should never get away from that. Anytime you see me on Chefing with Cheryl, we're going to talk about healthy lifestyles and we're going to talk about food. So let's just recap what it is that we did today. Okay, we are talked about healthy snacks and we got back to basics. Okay, we did cinnamon apple snacks right here. And again, these cinnamon apple snacks are very, very simple. They are apples sliced in coconut sugar. We're keeping it natural. And coconut sugar with a little bit of cinnamon. Cinnamon is a very important spice. You need to remember that. That needs to be in your pantry. Okay? Fuji apples. Any apple is good. Red Delicious is good. Granny Smith, whatever your fancy. Please eat an apple every day. That's just what we need. All right? Yogurt bar. Well, this is August, guys. It's a little hot, but guess what? Yogurt is good. It's frozen, but it's cold. It's good, okay? But yogurt has probiotics and prebiotics, and they work on our stomach. They work on our digestive system, and it helps us sleep better at night. I'm always reading about what foods do what. And so I learned yesterday that Greek yogurt from a sleep website that eating yogurt is really good for your sleep. So please, when you go to sleep at night, spoon of yogurt. Okay? And our last thing, which I demonstrated, and which we're going to talk about here, are lettuce wraps. This is real simple. Mind you, this is gluten-free. Okay, there's no wheat here. Okay, but we have ground turkey, carrots, mushroom, green onions, and I finished it with cucumber because you can never have enough. You never have enough vegetables. The more vegetables, the better. So whenever I'm talking and whenever I'm incorporating food or whenever I'm demonstrating or if I'm cooking for my clients, I'm always adding an extra vegetable. And I notice that my clients are healthy because they're eating well. They're eating vegetables. Their stress level has gone down because they don't have to worry about what it is they're going to eat. They have a refrigerator full of healthy food. My name is Chef Cheryl Tate, and I am a proud member of the LA South Chamber of Commerce. And I don't know if you know this, but we have a destination guide that is coming out this next month, isn't it? Awesome. This month. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is a destination guide which talks about South LA because I'm sorry, I got to say this is the best part of LA. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm what do you call that? This is my spot. I have to keep it well. But anyhow, the destination guide talks about all the wonderful businesses that are in South LA that are in the LA South Chamber of Commerce. I would suggest you pick it up and patronize these people. We are here for you. We are helping other people every day. That is our motto for our nonprofit sector. We have business development. We have youth development. We have wonderful, wonderful things that we're doing in the community. We have some powerful, awesome, interesting members in our chamber that make all this happen. I'm looking at them right now, they're my audience. But I just wanted to let you know that we are here for you. The LA South Chamber of Commerce is here for you. The Hope Foundation is here for you. My name is Chef Cheryl. This is the Chefing with Cheryl cooking show. We have learned so much from Kevin today. Please buy his books. Please patronize his brother. He has some awesome information. And that really touched me what he was saying because yes, we did grow up in the same area, different neighborhoods, but everything that he talked about, I experienced. I could relate to that. But I also can relate to, we do need to look at the children. We do need to take care of them. My name is Chef Cheryl Tate. I'm with the LA South Chamber of Commerce, with the Hope Foundation. I hope you enjoyed today's program. I look forward to seeing you next time. Be healthy, be well, take care, family. Thank you. You good?